Cocaine beer, why does everyone love this? Oh, this is a Bunny Kanye West song with funny beers. You can watch my recent reels about this shit.
Спасибо за ленту нахер.
Marie, don't write these permitted words in chat. Don't use bad English words. Why my chat filters don't deal with it? Okay, cocaine beer.
Before I start, I would like to note that the title to this video doesn't say the C word. The I in that word is actually an L, and I have to do
Now we
this
can watch Asmongold and Twitch drama about SQC, Pokemon and so on.
because YouTube is stupid. If you mention anything like the C word, then YouTube's like, oh my god, this video's all about that. We gotta flag it. Don't show it to anyone. Granted, this movie does kind of center around it, but
You can make vids about boobs, about sex, about nudity yoga, but you can say cocaine.
it's not like I'm teaching people how to make it in their basements, YouTube.
Well, good luck arguing that in court.
Anyway, so clearly I can't say the C word in this video. And no, I'm not talking about the four-letter C word.
Yeah, talk about another f***ing experience for the mystery gang. A f***ing
He can say coke
crying left, right,
or Coca-Cola.
center. I'm f***ing in my little pants.
Obviously, I'm talking about the substance C word. So I'll be calling this movie
I can turn on Russian subs for uneducated people in chat. Do you want it? Maybe we have some stupid zero-lingual dudes in chat without English knowing. What is YouTube Premium HD? What is it? YouTube Premium with high bitrate? What? YouTube Premium.
Before I start, I would like to note that the title to this video doesn't say the C word. The I in that word is actually an L, and I have to do this because YouTube is stupid. If you mention anything like the C word, then YouTube's like, oh my god, this video's all about
Shitty
that.
quality.
You gotta flag it. Don't show it to anyone. Fan of this one, to be honest. After all, I'm not talking about the
I can't watch video without Tinkoff ad. Where is Tinkoff ad with limited plastic card? I want it.
four-letter C word.
Yeah, talk about another f***ing experience for the mystery gang.
This guy looks like the dude that fucked Kim Kardashian, Ratakovsky, Ariana Grande. What's his name? American comedian that have all celebrities as his girlfriend. Watching worse condition? You watching your bunker.
And crying left, right, center. I'm f***ing in my little pants.
Obviously, I'm talking about the substance C word. So I'll be calling this movie Flour Bear. Not flour like the flour that's near my nipple. Baking flour. You know, because baking flour, it kind of looks like...
I miss time on Twitch When you can touch your nipples. They ban this part of content. Because of fucking hot tub girls. I want to touch my nipples.
Like,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Could you repeat that?
so yeah, Flower Bear. Wasn't a huge fan of this one, to be honest. After watching it, I looked up the Rotten Tomato score, and I was kind of astonished. Why is it so high? Did we watch the same movie? Maybe everybody else watching this was actually, you know...
Oh, this is a
some
movie. I thought this is Kanye West trend. About running beers with time lapse. Sure, bro, good boy. Hawk, please speak English. Today not a Ukrainian stream. If Moriarty have enough money, I will learn Ukrainian and stream on it. But it never happens. Even Ukrainians, me or casters don't speak Ukrainian.
Hour
Are my lines good enough?
before they watched Flower Bear. Obviously, with a movie like this, you expect something pretty dumb, right? I expected something super silly, outrageous, and funny, with some gore here and there. And
This is some kind of American bad comedian. He has same facial features. Like big face
while there are
and mustache.
a couple moments here and there that I did enjoy, for the majority of the runtime, this was my face.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Which really sucks because I sat my wife down and recorded our reaction to it. I thought there might be a lot of ridiculous
I want to
moments
believe.
that could be
Secret material reference.
pretty funny to see us react to. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Just take a look for yourself. I would show more, but I mean, my wife did fall asleep at the end. There's that, I guess.
Why they always do this? I had to watch movies with my female friends. They always fall asleep. Always. In the middle of the movie, they fall asleep. I have 2 minutes of fun and put my dick inside her, but then I watch movie alone. I don't want to watch movies alone. Actually, you need 2 girlfriends. One of first part of the movie and one for second half of the movie.
How do you fall asleep to a movie about a drug-fueled bear that goes around killing people? That sounds like it should be a great time, right? Maybe this has to do with the fact that this movie was written by someone who wrote one other movie before. And that movie being Babysitter Killer Queen, which I haven't seen and will never see.
I get killed first. That's some post-Jordan Peele.
This is actor from shitty English Wines. Do you know him?
Horror movie progress.
What the hell is going on here? Our first home English stream. My attempt to conquer English auditory and English part of Twitch. We educated actually. I just need 1 or 2 months to sharp my English skills. And all will be okay. Just take a second, please, guys. I want to check. Do I have English 3 or English ad or not? No. I don't have any ads at all. What's a pity? Conquer. Conquer. The baby sister. Killer queen. Actually, we can learn English from YouTubers and English games. We can repeat and repeat and repeat. Like kakadu. Like parrot.
This movie was directed by Elizabeth Banks. You might know her from The Hunger Games, maybe some other comedy movie out there. She also directed the abominable Charlie's Angels remake.
She directed Obama? Whoa.
I was planning on making a video on that someday. You might get it, who knows.
Of course not.
She also directed movie 43, which is one
make
of the
Obama.
most ridiculous movies I've ever seen in my life. I also might review that someday.
You know, it's my thing.
And Pitch Perfect 2. I guess if you compare Flower Bear to her other movies, then yeah, Flower
She like Russian Sarkirasyan.
Bear looks great. Really good movie for Elizabeth Banks. Although I haven't seen Pitch Perfect 2, so who knows? Maybe that's a masterpiece. I don't know. The weirdest part
Missing pronunciation during speech point on lack of experience. Dude! Everybody in the world loves their accent. Nobody want to sharp their pronunciation. It's rudiment of Soviet education system. Dudes from Australia speak with Australian accent and proud of it. You need to be proud of your accent. But you don't have your accent. Everybody will think that this is Russian accent. Nobody know Ukrainian accent.
part about this movie is that it's based
You can only know Ukrainian accent in Russian language. But there is no Ukrainian accent in English.
on true events. When I learned that, I was intrigued as hell. Holy shit, a drug-fueled bear went around
Your
killing
choice.
people? That's crazy. I'm sad to report that that never happened. The events that happen in real life aren't very exciting, but they are kind of funny. Basically, this drug trafficker named Andrew Thornton II fell out of the sky.
I wonder how this guy will sound in Russia with his high voice. My dudes doesn't know English, so they speak in Russia, cause I'm on Prime Russian streamer. They speak with each other, not with me.
And landed on a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee, with $15 million worth of flowers.
You don't need to pretend that you know English. Just speak with each other. It's okay. Dude, it's actually okay.
Strapped to his body. Sometime later, a black bear started challenging
It will seems really natural for English viewers. We don't care about Russian viewers at all.
down on more than 70 pounds of flour that had also fallen from Thornton's airplane. And guess what happened to the bear? It died of an overdose. That's it.
What?
I would like to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is
Set
the most
engine. War Thunder? War Thunder? I thought this is Belarus. How to say Belarus in English? Belarus? What's about Republic Belarus? Belarus. Republic of Belarus. This is just Belarus. Belarus.
Belarus.
Belarus. Gaijin Entertainment Russia. What? Belarus, this is Gaijin Entertainment Russia? Belarusian.
Comprehensive
Belarusian. White Russian. Okay, White Russian.
vehicle combat game ever made. If you're a history buff and you like planes and tanks, at various damage, you can choose to their detail. What I really so yeah, like get an extra
What a long ad.
familiar with. His name is Christopher Hivju. This is what he looks like. If you've seen Game of Thrones, then you might recognize him as Tormund Giantsbane. He kind of fell from grace, huh? I'm happy he's getting work, all right, from killing giants in one of the most
He really like to play bearded guys.
popular TV shows ever released, to now getting bested by a drug-fueled bear in a mediocre to bad movie. Jesus. In this movie, he plays a guy named Olaf. And guess what his wife's name is? Elsa. The Frozen names? How creative.
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like
What's wrong with Elsa names?
a bat?
Whatever, doesn't matter. This is what happens to her in like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And then we get introduced to way too many characters. Now, I know in a movie like this, most of these people
They all will die.
are just supposed to be fodder for the thing that kills things, right? But in this movie's case, they very bizarrely try to flesh out some of these characters.
This is Ice Cube. This is real Ice Cube. Turkish edition.
Out some of these characters,
Or
but
DJ
not in a way
Haley.
that makes me legitimately care about them, in a way that bloats the movie and irritates me. There are movies out there that can pull off a bunch of characters. This is not one of them.
Shut up.
There's the drug traffickers, the cops, this random fan.
This was what his name? Former husband of Angelina Jolie. This was Brad Pitt from AliExpress.
Her boyfriend, a random gang, this random. There's just a lot, and all of these people are fighting for screen time. It's
I
not like
always
some of them are just random
forget
background
Brad
characters.
Pitt's
They
name.
all have lines, and they're all trying to
I
get
don't
their
know
moment
why.
to shine. With a very skilled writer, maybe this would have worked. Of course, that's not what we got. There are some skilled actors in this movie. Ray Liotta gives a pretty good performance here.
This is parody of Russian masterpiece Avengers. About Beerman. Brad Pitt. This is like Хлеб and Yama in Russian. Brad Pitt.
Rest in peace, King. You will be missed. I think one of the main problems with this movie is that most of the characters are one-dimensional. The children are just stupid children, trying to impress one another, and that gets them in trouble. There's a good cop, and then there's a... Come on, audience. Fill in the blank. You got this. There's a corrupt cop. Yes. Of course. The drug trafficking characters are just stereotypical drug trafficking guys that you've seen in a million different movies and shows before.
I'm more than a drug dealer.
No, you're not.
Also, this movie spends way too long trying to set up everything and get all the characters into one spot to be killed by this bear. Why weren't they all just in this one spot to begin with, and they could just comment on why they're there, and then we can get to the good stuff. I don't want
Beer can come to other people and kill them. They don't need to be in one single spot. Beer can kill a whole tower. Whole town.
to sit through half an hour or 45 minutes or however long it is and watch these characters meander and do a bunch of dumb stuff.
This was Ryan Gosling from AliExpress.
That is not entertaining at all. Although the beginning of the movie isn't too bad. It starts with the drug
I
trafficker
think
guy
such
smacking
natural
his
speech
head
may
on a
take
plane,
off some
and it knocks
potential
him out
viewers.
as he jumps out.
I need to speak more fluently. With fucking English accent and proper pronunciation.
So all the flour lands everywhere for the bear. Ranger Liz, played by Margot.
This is my spicy. Do you remember Savage stream? Savage spoke with rough Norwegian accent. He said, I want to play this card right now. Savage didn't care at all. So why I
Martindale was pretty funny. I think that's mainly because she's a pretty funny actress.
Next card. Murder him. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. You're sorry.
Jesse Tyler.
She's funny cause she's fat. That's all. Fat people are funny. They always play funny roles. Like whale.
Ferguson's character Peter was okay. He plays this weirdo environmentalist. The only thing funny about the cop characters is this one cop's dog, Rosette. In the beginning, they talk to each other, and the female cop...
This comedy or just a trash horror? I don't understand. It's like Flying Shark? Shark Tornado? I hate Fiona accent. Who is Fiona? Finn? Finn accent similar to our. Do you remember Kalenta accent? He was Ukrainian caster. AS pro player. I don't know Fina. Kalenta was pro player. Like Denzi. And they can't learn English in years. They speak it for 5 years. Every translation, every stream, every cast. And they still spoke pretty bad. I need 2 months max. 2 months max to evolve my English skills. 2 months max.
Thinks that he's hitting on her when he's really just asking.
And I will speak fluently. Like a river.
Her to watch his dog, and his dog looks ridiculous. It's like an all-white Shih Tzu with a bow
I will speak like Eminem.
in his hair, the girliest dog imaginable. And yeah, it got a laugh out of me, I gotta say. The dog is pretty funny. It has like curtains hanging off.
You
of
have
it. It's a
potential.
pretty funny looking dog, dude. What do you want me to say?
I have potential still. I'm not too old for you, dude.
One of the drug dealers is in mourning because a character that we never meet had died. And they dragged this out for way too long. It's not funny, it's just random. And I'm pretty sure the only reason they did this because he got a tattoo of this person's name on his chest, but it says a completely different name. It says like John or something. They probably stenciled this tattoo before giving it to him, which means he read the name John and got the tattoo. Maybe the people making this movie don't know how getting tattoos work. I'm sorry, but there's hardly any way that he could get a misspelled name tattooed on his chest. If it was on like his back or his butt or something, maybe if he was a complete dumbass, but on his chest, there's no way he wouldn't notice. I'm just saying. Ranger Liz won't let this doofus have a green lollipop.
He has mirror tattoo.
For some reason. No idea why.
The green one.
This is a red one.
Yes, ma'am.
She wants to impress Peter, this environmentalist weirdo.
You got a dusty beaver here, Ranger.
Yeah, well, I'm working on that.
He's against smoking. He doesn't like it. In fact, he brings in a Smokey the Bear cutout. He's very much against smoking because smoking causes forest fires. And he smells smoke in the room.
He just like me. I hate smokes too. Cause it goes campfires.
Liz was the one that was smoking, but she blames it on the doofus. Even though Peter could definitely smell it on your breath, like they stand right next to each other, he would be able to tell. So these two children find a brick of...
He would be able to tell it from the keys. I think they have some tension between.
Flour.
You stay at home almost all time. And what? I like my home. I don't like UV radiation.
and they start
I want to be young forever.
eating it to try and impress one another. Very bizarre. They do spit out the flour, but still. They get chased by the flour bear and mauled to death.
Just kidding.
Which honestly probably would have been pretty funny, because it would have been very shocking, right? No one would expect that. They're not about to kill kids in a movie like this, I don't think. I'm guessing some people would be upset by that, so they just make the kids magically escape the bear. One kid climbs up a tree, and the other one just hides, I guess. No.
What forest have you visited during this year? Dude, Ismail Forest. This is park near my house. Do you remember night stream of Ivan Kupala? I was in forest with some girls.
Not sure how that's possible, but sure, they escape the bear. And then
You need to
there's
say
this group
sorry.
of delinquents named the Pube Gang. Ranger Liz calls them this early on in the movie.
Gang of pubes.
Teens, delinquents.
But the real name of the gang is the Do Champ, and they're very dangerous.
Fuck is this?
You can tell because
This guy is not funny at all. He's mediocrity. Mediocrity YouTuber. I think he can review it better. But he has 2 million followers in English part of YouTube.
all these guys face off against
Without
one drug
even
dealer,
trying
and they
to
all
be
get
cool.
their asses kicked, and it's not funny at all. The drug dealer finds a brick of flour on them, and he forces one of them to show him where they found it. You can
Zyke
remove
Scoop.
80% of the dialogue in this movie and get the same exact movie.
Why he should be funny as of... What? Why he should be funny without pieces? How to say pieces in English? Side lock. Side lock.
Side locks.
Side locks. What the fuck is side locks?
Where's this energy coming from, bud?
The theme of the movie would remain untouched, which is probably why my wife and I found it so boring.
How to say armpit hair in English with one word?
Because we were pretty positive that what these characters were saying didn't matter. So obviously in a movie like this, they should say a lot less, or there should be a lot of jokes put in, right? There are some jokes in this movie, but most of them, like 99% of them, don't land. The scenes when the bear is chasing and killing people, those are fun. But there aren't that many throughout this movie. Basically the idea is, the bear is an addict, and it goes where the flour is. If you put the flour over here, it's gonna go over there. If you have flour on you, it's going to attack you. And they do play around with that idea a little bit in this movie. There's one scene in particular that I liked a lot. It was when the...
We need this bear in airport. What is мерзкий звук? What is it? What sound? What sound do you think is horrible? Explain, please. Are you talking about my voice?
paramedics showed up. They encounter the bear and try to escape, and the bear chasing the ambulance is pretty hilarious because holy shit, this thing is fast. There is one part in the sequence that
Actually, bear's pretty fast. I just copied message. Guys, we cannot comprehend you please in English, don't worry.
found kind of stupid.
This plebs doesn't know any English. Plebs. These plebs do not know any English. It's pretty hard to use accurate grammar in fluent speech. It is easy to write, but I can't speak. I need to think about it. . It's pretty hard, pretty hard. And I always use the same word construction, like pretty hard, some kind of, used to be. Like not educated people in Russia.
And one of the paramedics is using a stethoscope, and the other paramedic is trying to get their attention, but they can't hear them because they have a
This guy look like a rat.
stethoscope on. This is not how it works at all.
After some time will be better. Thank you. Thank you.
Is this a
Thank you that you believe in me. No, actually, to be better, I need to hear more English words. Did you watch Barbie in Russia? I watch first word movie in space on International Space Station. This is our response to Barbie on Oppenheimer.
It's a noise-canceling stethoscope? It sure doesn't look like one, and I'm pretty sure those don't exist. Maybe they do, who knows, but yeah, these aren't them. There's this online comedian that made his acting debut in this movie. His name is Scott Seiss, and yeah, his acting's pretty good. I find his videos hilarious, so it was cool seeing him in this movie.
No, we're co-workers. What do you think this is, Fast and Furious 10, $10 an hour?
The editing in this movie...
I hate YouTubers with face close to their phone. I hate this. This is fucking annoying.
Movie is pretty bad, to be honest. Just watch this scene play out.
Well, you know what?
You know,
lizards are good listeners, bud.
Did they only have 2 takes to use or something? Why does this look so bad? The CGI
Your
for
face.
the bear wasn't the best, but it wasn't
All
the worst.
face.
It was serviceable. I thought it was fine. I used to be super picky about CGI, but then I started to realize how much that stuff costs. And if you want good CGI, you need a lot of money. So when I see mediocre CGI in a movie like this, I'm a little more forgiving. There's this whole debacle near the end of the movie when the...
I saw they use real beer. Why are you hating your appearance? All appearance. I hate close face to camera. Not my appearance. I hate this plan.
good cop is standing on the roof of a gazebo, and he's confronted by the drug dealers. The cop has their big bag of flour, and he doesn't want to give it back to the drug dealers. This scene is boring, aside from one joke, and it's only funny because it came out of nowhere and surprised me. Basically, the cop shoots the drug dealer, and he hits his hand, and he shoots off 2 fingers, but they're not next to each other. And one of the dude champs comments on this, and it's pretty funny.
How'd he take those 2 fingers off? They're not even next to each other.
That's so stupid.
When the bear arrives...
Pretty easy, I can explain this. His fingers was like this, and he shoot through it. It's okay. It's real.
It decides to take a nap on top of the character Eddie. This is the same character that was a blubbering mess in the beginning, crying about something that nobody cares about. So he deserved this. He then has a very strange line about how he knows it's a female because his face is right next to its vagina.
The bear is a girl.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because its vagina is on my ear.
Which is impossible, because look at how the
Ear?
bear laid on top of him.
What?
Whenever someone...
She has vagina on her neck? Bullets could change the vector of flying. I saw this too in Особо опасен. I don't know what it called in English. Because it's not literally translation.
Someone has a massive wound in this movie, it's not gushing blood for some reason. It's very bizarre.
No. He said that this vagina is close to his face, but only part of bear is close to his face. This is bear's neck.
The ending of this movie I hardly even remember because by that time I had almost completely checked out. All I know is that it looks like the show Ozark. Everything is very dark blue. It looks like a big bruise. I also remember that the bears end up killing Ray Liotta's character, the drug leader guy. That happens. And the only thing I remember about the very end is that there's something to do with the cop's dog.
We need these bears in Latin America to kill all drug dealers and drug addicts.
I remember someone is gifted the cop's funny little dog. I like the funny little dog, okay? It's cute. Overall, wasn't very impressed. There is this one pretty funny scene of this bear who's climbing up a tree to get one of the kids. Peter had climbed a tree right next to this one, and a bunch of flower puffs in the air. And the bear sniffs the flower, and it jumps off of that tree and climbs up Peter's tree in like half a second. It just zooms on up there and kills Peter. That part was pretty funny. For the most part,
It can be more funny if bear jump from one tree to another.
I found this movie very boring, which sucks so much because I had high hopes that this would be a pretty fun time. I laughed a couple times, but I will never watch this again. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all my patrons that make videos like this possible. I love you guys. That's it.
Mediocrity review. He has YouTube ads. He has sponsors. War Thunder. And Patreon. This guy rich as fuck.
Everybody scrolling up the screen right now. Look at all these legends. They're all so cool. Wouldn't you like to join them? You sure can. If you like cool clothing, go over to alienclothing.com, my personal clothing brand and the coolest clothes on earth. You can even get this shirt there. That'll do it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget.
Fun fact. The part of where the bear jumps down from one tree and climbs up other one is actually how fast bear can really climb trees. The unrealistic part of this slow, suspenseful climb to build tension. Fun fact.
Zooms on up there and
This is actually accurate part.
and the bear sniffs the flower, and it jumps off of that tree and climbs up Peter's tree in like half a second.
No, this is to speed up. It's not true. It can be true. Do you have another video? Maybe I should go to play some games in English.
Horror games as of late.
Yeah, why not? Move on. Let's watch one more video and move on. Horror games as late haven't very good. 46 minutes. Aaron Longs. I watched Aaron Longs.
Horror games as of late haven't been very good.
Do you really watch English YouTubers? Or you pretend? Where is language switch? How I can switch languages? How I can switch language? I want to see English reels. The Zoolander moves. Only Russian speakers that I watch is you, Mason. Mason? What's about Bad Comedian? And Vanzai? Trending? Where is all YouTube trends? Can Guitar Hero make me better at guitar? English trends much better than Russian. Much better. This is not only child content. It actually has some good content. Why? Why? The quality of people cause the result? Yes, it has some shitty content. Like this. Can we build 1 million ranch? It seems fun. But it also has good and quality content. Smarter every day. Crappy technology.
If you grew up in the mid-2000s like I...
Rim. Why is... But not at all. It's good to fight. It's like, hey man, if Charlie...
We have same content in Russia. But not in trends. And actually we have same views. Russian trends have same views as English. But we have only shitty content. Like, what it is? This can be good. What the hell? Ozzy, Panin, Duchess Games.
Сейчас делают, короче.
No. I have some vids to watch. This is all from...
You go home to visit your parents for...
This is all from trends. And this looks good. This is some interesting content. Maybe we should watch English trends in Russian with after translation. I will think about it. I definitely will think about it. Okay, let's watch your vids and go to play some games. And maybe we'll end this experiment
Horror
with
games
Dota.
as of late.
Oh, high quality content doesn't disappoint. Doesn't appropriate to this kind of stream. I want to be a high quality content streamer. Look. They have 5 interesting vids in trends. 5. Can Guitar Hero make me better at guitar? Interesting, yes. Pacific Rim, Giant Monster, Robots and You. Random, but interesting. Okay. The mind-blowing machine that stamp millions of metal parts smarter every day. Interesting, yes. 1 hour long? Yes. I can watch this like podcast when I fall asleep. Smarter every day. 11 million subscribers. Crappy technology? Interesting, yes.
Sony clitoris and
I need to have another YouTube account and check all the tweets. Online dancing. Interesting, yes. Ads and video games. Okay. Aaron Longs. Cookie clicker. Explain it. 3 years ago. American keen on the people which work hard. I know. This is farmer propaganda. Like in Soviet Union. You must be proud that you work hard. But the elite will just enjoy their lives.
Cookie
And
Clicker
old money.
is a game about clicking a cookie. It's simple at first, but gets increasingly complex. The late game meta has elaborate strategies to maximize
Late
cookie
game
production,
meta.
to unlock all of the upgrades and achievements, and to uncover the deep lore of the Grandma Apocalypse, the Crumblord Dragon, and the mysteries of the cookie universe. In the beginning, you click the cookie, which gets you one
Then
cookie.
will be cookie
You click again, and you've
multidimensional.
got 2, then 3.
And
With
cookie cluster.
15 cookies, you can buy a cursor that clicks for you, making cookies automatically. 10 cursors make 1 cookie per second, or 1 CPS. So you make more cookies to buy more cursors to make more cookies, and then for 100 cookies, you buy your first grandma. This
I have some internet problem. Fine. We need to start this from the beginning. Maybe when you use English partition, You use in other servers for stream?
Cookie Clicker is a game about clicking a cookie. It's simple at first, but gets increasingly complex. The late game meta has elaborate...
I don't know timing when stream drop off. Is it start all again?
strategies to maximize cookie production, to unlock all of the upgrades and achievements, and to uncover the deep lore of the
I don't know
Grandma
what with my
Apocalypse,
internet.
the Crumblor Dragon, and the mysteries of the cookie universe. In the beginning, you click the cookie, which gets you 1 cookie. You click again and you've got 2, then 3. With 15 cookies, you can buy a cursor that clicks for you, making cookies automatically. 10 cursors make 1 cookie per second, or 1 CPS. So you make more cookies to buy more cursors to make more cookies, and then for 100 cookies, you buy your first grandma. This kindly old woman performs unpaid labor to grow your cookie business. Your cookies become popular in the neighborhood, then renowned all...
Your cookies pollute environment. You can see it in news. Your cookies are renowned in the whole town. And then they will pollute rivers.
Over town. Production accelerates exponentially. You buy cookie farms to grow cookies, mines to extract cookies from the earth, factories to produce cookies on an industrial scale. The cookie economy transforms the world around it. Chocolate pollutes the rivers. There's an obesity epidemic, but the world is too hooked on cookies to stop. Economists say that cookies permeate the economy, and if we start eating anything else...
I don't know when I eat cookies last time.
We're all dead. Cookie banks start using cookies as currency. At temples, thousands pray to the baker in the sky. There is no value, no ideology, and no meaning beyond cookies. You produce hundreds of thousands of cookies a second, straining the fabric of
and
reality
then it will
itself.
be Grandma Apocalypse.
You build wizard towers and alchemy labs to summon cookies magically. You fly in shipments from space of cookies from alien worlds. You open portals to parallel dimensions, taking in millions of cookies per second. Alien beings and cosmic
Capitalism in a nutshell.
to taste your cookies. And entire cities are engulfed in trans-dimensional disaster. But the system can't stop, it can only grow. Cookies are all we know. A local confused idiot says, "You've got to admit, all this cookie stuff is a bit ominous." Time machines bring cookies from the past, corrupting history with abominations of dough. You make cookies from antimatter, from...
I don't see this update. I played this game 5 years ago. Time machine, antimatter condenser, prism, chainsmaker, fractal engine, JavaScript console.
Light from pure chance. You make cookies from other cookies, and cookies from beyond the fourth wall. You make trillions of cookies a second. The foundations of the cosmos crack under the mass of the cookie economy. Everything is transformed, either into cookies or into the means to create cookies. The universe becomes cookie dough down to the molecular level, an infinite, sentient, terrifying cookie gestalt. The only escape from the cosmic cookie machine is death, yet not even that can save you. When you're ready, you ascend, you leave...
Why ascends before Grandma Apocalypse?
Mortal world for a higher plane of cookie existence, where you can buy special heavenly upgrades. Then you are reborn into a new game.
There was no heavenly upgrades in my time.
With 0 cookies to start it all again. But you keep certain upgrades and bonuses so you can quickly reach and surpass where you were before. So birth, death, and rebirth are an endless, inescapable cycle of cookie samsara. and the mechanics get more complex. Cookie Clicker is an idle game, which means you're not meant to sit there clicking the cookie, you're meant to leave it on in the background while it makes cookies for you, and occasionally come back to spend cookies on upgrades. In the early game, this passive playstyle is efficient. Upgrades like the Golden Lock and the Shimmering Veil optimize for idle CPS. But in the late game, the best way to progress is with an active playstyle, because every 5 minutes or so, a golden cookie spawns. If you click it in time, you get a random temporary bonus, like a Cookie Frenzy, which increases your cookie
Boomer
production
playing
by
new
7
technology.
times for 1 minute. The
No,
best effect
actually,
is the
it's
building
this is good.
special, which temporarily multiplies your rate of production based on how many buildings you have. So if you have hundreds of buildings, that can multiply your CPS by thousands.
Stream marathon to complete new cookie clicker and get all achievements.
Thousands of times over. And if you can stack multiple multipliers at once, you can increase production by millions of times over. So you want more golden cookies, and to get them, you need to use the Grimoire, the minigame unlocked at the Wizard Tower. One of the Grimoire spells, called Force the Hand of Fate, summons a golden cookie. So by manipulating the mana pool, by strategically selling towers, and by spending sugar lumps to replenish mana, you can cast the Hand of Fate spell several times in a row, reliably generating 3 or 4 golden cookies at once.
This is
If you're
abuse.
lucky, and these cookies grant multiple building specials, you can generate CPS multipliers of millions of times regular production, making weeks worth of cookies in minutes. To optimize these bonuses even more, you need certain plants from the cookie
It
garden.
became much more complicated.
The garden grows
Then I
cookie
have to
seeds
play.
into cookie plants, which can mutate along a complex cookie evolutionary tree to unlock new seeds with new effects, like Thumbcorn buffs clicking, and Cheap Cap reduces prices. But the real good shit is bakeberries. When harvested, bakeberries give you 30 minutes worth of cookie production instantly. So if you harvest while you've got a huge CPS multiplier from golden cookies, you can make months worth of cookies instantly. You
Why
can fill the
calculating
garden
and
with bakeberries, freeze them at
optimization, all this
maturity, and
takes
keep
such
spawning
amount
golden
of time?
cookies till you get a huge multiplier, then harvest.
Because you can play this for months, or can play this multiplying and optimization with calculation for 1 hour.
All of the bakeberries at once for massive profit. Alternatively, you can go for the Click Frenzy golden cookie effect, which synergizes with the Godzamok Pantheon idol. Once you've got Crumbler, the cookie dragon, you can also do some pretty wild shit with the Dragon's Fortune and Dragonflight auras. Though for passive play, the Breath of Milk aura is usually ideal for the buff to kittens. Of course, the seasonal events like Christmas are also essential.
For a
So
clever,
you can
not hard.
upgrade Santa from an elf
But
thief
this
to
is hard and clever
to a
work.
bulky elf to Elder Santa, and then
You
to
need
Final
to
Claus,
really invest
who
your
grants
time in it.
dominion of his realm and a cheeky 20% CPS bonus. So the late game involves a variety of
I
strategies.
don't want to play any clicker games. This is just a time devour.
To min-max for optimal cookie production. But the cookies are not without cost. As production increases, the grandmas grow discontent. You make me sick, Grandma says. You could have stopped it, Grandma says. After the Bingo Center upgrade and the One Mind Tech Tree, the Grandma
Bingo
Apocalypse
Center update.
begins. The indentured labor force at the bottom of the pyramid rebels. A hive mind of mutant grandmas rise and transform the globe into an eldritch horrorscape of cookie-based monstrosity. Wrinkled flesh tendrils are visible from space, writhing masses of dough engulf whole cities, spreading across the globe like an infectious virus. The only way to end the Grandma Apocalypse is with
Good part of English stream that I don't need to translate this all to Russian.
an elder covenant. You can sacrifice some economic gain to save everyone. But it can actually be more efficient to continue the disaster and send everyone back to work anyway, because the Grandma Apocalypse spawns Wrinklers. Wrinklers leech 5% of CPS, but when you pop them, they give back more cookies than they took. So you can increase economic production by risking the lives of the elderly. Disaster is actually an opportunity to exploit the vulnerable to make more wealth. Ultimately, the cookie economy is not designed to help
Like
people.
standard
It just makes cookies. Like a virus or a tumor, its
business.
nature is to exploit everything around it for its own
And
expansion.
multinational companies.
Grandmas, banks, temples, every part of life is perverted to serve the purpose of the economy. Nothing is too sacred to be sacrificed on its altar. And for what? What's the point of a massive global economy if it fails to protect the elderly and the vulnerable? Even those with the most cookies don't really benefit from the system. Past a certain level of wealth, you can never spend that many cookies. And it's not like the game ever ends. You cannot win Cookie Clicker. You just keep making cookies until you stop or you
Why
die.
you can't win?
You're just hoarding cookies.
All
for its
achievements,
own
this
sake.
is the end of
It's
the
not
game
really
and win.
about the cookies. It's about the accumulation, getting more. You could be collecting any meaningless number. Points, subscribers, small green pieces of paper. Past a certain point, you're just making a number go up. And it's not even a real number, because, like, look, behind the scenes, you can cheat. You can literally type in a number and print 2 trillion cookies out of thin air. Their value is imaginary. And yet, the lives and health of our grandmas are being risked to increase this imaginary
To for
number.
my vulnerable
The problem
mind.
is that
Hello,
a system
Zevadeva.
designed to make cookies is not designed to make well-being or justice or happiness. Any system of
This is
endless
just
growth,
to
of
earn
singular
some money
purpose
for
that warps
developer.
the whole world around one goal can only grow until it self-destructs. And the only way we can escape such a game is to stop playing. Thanks for watching this video about Cookie Clicker.